Hello everyone, welcome back on the channel. Let's talk about Wolf Capital. Plenty of changes for the last few days have been going on with the DApp. A lot of nonsense being spoken out there in a lot of YouTube videos. I don't understand why people talk about things which are not true, but first and foremost, Wolf Contract did not rug or just took anyone's funds. No, they made a decision which was since the get-go allowed for them to do, which is, I'm going to show you here. By the way, we are looking at the stamp audit from on the right side of the screen, and here on under owner privileges you see that there's this set halt function which enable or disable claims and withdrawals. That's what is going on with Wolf Capital right now. No one can deposit, no one can claim, okay? Because they made the decision of moving no Ponzinomics, so the dividends, variable dividends that are just produced weekly depending on how the trades go, those will be the funds used to be paying to users. All right, so that's the big announcement that they did on their last AMA 2 days ago. They are definitely going zero Ponzi as of now. I thought, or they even thought, that this would not be necessary, but the proof is here. The function was always there in order to just respond to this point in time whenever FUD for whatever reason might arise. And there's also other competitive projects talking garbage basically about Wolf Capital, saying lies. I don't see, well, I do see why they're doing that. They're looking at it as competition and they want to throw some shade on Wolf Capital, but you cannot get much transparent and honest as these guys are, guys. That's why I told you since the get-go on my very first video on Wolf Capital on launch day that I did trust the team. I knew them for past projects. I've been in DeFi for enough time to understand whenever teams are doing their best efforts to just push a project and make it work, and these guys are it. They don't even distinguish themselves in between devs and all the followers being all the investors. No, they look at it as we are all on the same boat. It's just they have to make decisions and that's it. But anyways, they always ask for the community about whatever decisions are going to be done. They always run polls, and I'm going to show you in a minute. But as of now, I just want to address this. The project is still running, it's still ongoing. From this next Monday onwards, there's going to be news, further news into it, but there are still some things that are still up in the air, not finally decided about, and those will be addressed this next Monday, okay? So as of now, you can see that Wolf Capital has 7.5 million million USDC in stakes, but the portfolio value is around a little over 5 million USDC. So this is the gap. This is like 2.4 million roughly difference that is going to be addressed from here on. How? Well, whatever portfolio value they generate, they will be using 80 to 9%. Again, the numbers are not yet final, but they will be using in between 80 to 90% to pay out investors, divided equally depending on how much you have stake there, obviously. And the remaining 10 to 20%, again, it's not final, will be used to just diminish this gap. And the next goal is to have this backed 100% dollar for dollar. So the portfolio should be looking at the same number as total USDC staked, okay? So there's going to be, or there has not been payouts for the last 3 days, and for this next week there will be no payouts. I'm going to show you here on Dune Analytics. Let's go under here on the data. So as you can see, for the June 29th, there's always been daily net negative days, and this is something that never happened before. At some moment we start witnessing like daily negative days, but here and there they were never with this frequency. So that's why the team came to this conclusion, and hey guys, we have to halt the contract. We have to just definitely go no Ponzi. And from July the 6th there has been that halt function activated, so no deposits or claims. That's why everything is at zero here, okay? And you can see it even here on the graph. These gray candles here, that's the injections, and the injections were becoming very frequent. And whenever there were injections, since the gap to be zero Ponzi was not yet completely, it was still a Ponzi. So these injections were still using stakes money to pay claims, and that was not right. And the team was like, okay, um, we gotta act now better than later, because the gap would only further expand. And it doesn't, I mean, we never know what the future holds, but we had a couple of weeks in very low numbers in increase of portfolio value, and that's what triggered the whole thing. Because if we would be looking at 10%, 8% even, this decision could have been postponed. But I mean, sometimes it's better for these things to happen, because the whole goal of Wolf Capital since the get-go was to be zero Ponzi, right? And that's where we are heading now, and I see that with full optimism, all right? So this was the trading report. They even did this poll from what type of payment system we should move to. The majority of the people, including myself, they rather have it weekly, but the team also said themselves that for their type of trading and work, it would be better to be paid out every couple of weeks. So let's see where that will go. But usually these guys tend to do or to solve things as a team. And but yeah, let's see what it brings. So these are a couple of updates they did. Variable dividends update explaining how and why they are doing that. And you can see here like 31 people were not happy with that. But in the end of the day, I mean, I look back, this project has been running since mid-February on the green every single week. So it's just a further statement for how reliable or how strong is the ability of Trav doing trades. So there's not much of concern there. Yeah, yes, there will be red weeks in the future, but once again, that's something that they will address with um, probably and stake fees. Let's see. Also, when we claim dividends, that 10 to 20% that is going to be used to just diminish the gap. Probably in the future, when the gap is not already there, probably those percentages will be used to just put aside and have a sort of a buffer to pay people still, even if the week is on the red, or to just replenish those funds if the week is on the red. Okay, so this is what has been going on Wolf Capital. This is their latest Telegram announcement regarding ethics, contract, variable divs, transparency, and on Monday, July the 17th, injections will start. If you want to unstake, you can unstake on July the 10th, this next Monday, but you will get a fee associated with that. Regardless, if your stake is unlocked, obviously, and you can unstake, regardless that fee, I'm pretty sure uh, you won't get any sort of loss with Wolf Capital. At the very least, you will ROI. In fact, if they would use the 5 million in the portfolio to just pay out investors as of now and terminate Wolf Capital, they would pay everyone to ROI and still would keep 2 million in the bank. So there's no such thing as a liquidity issue with Wolf Capital. There's still plenty of room for growth. I don't see why all the FUD is. I mean, it's just um, it's just a rainy day in my perspective. But yeah, let's see what the future brings. This next Monday, more news to come. The referrals were also going to be terminated. So overall, they were using 3% referrals, 1.5 to each person, the referrer and the referee. But that's also going to change with the new contract being announced this next Monday. And also this next week from Monday onwards, so on July the 17th, that will be the first payout on Wolf Capital's history using not just the funds generated through the trades. Okay, this is what's going on with Wolf Capital. To me, I mean, I had and still have full trust in the team. So whatever decisions they came up with, it's always with the well-being of the community in mind, and of course with the sustainability of Wolf Capital in the future. Still plenty of things to come, like in the latest quarter of the year, casino ongoing, and when the casino starts rolling, that will not only be used to pay dividends to everyone who got the NFTs, the alpha and the beta, but also it will be used to generate revenue to the stakes. So looks good still so far, in my opinion, Wolf Capital. Um, that's what I had for you for today. I'm gonna bring you more news when they do announce more things on Wolf Capital, one of my favorite projects in DeFi as of now. So let's see where it goes. Oh, and one more thing, there's gonna be a 10 million cap. Okay, so right now there's 7.5 million in stakes, but there's going to be a 10 million cap. So whenever the stakes reach 10 million, no further deposits will be accepted unless someone stakes, and depending on how much it was unstaked, then people can fill in the gap again until it reaches those 10 million USDC. Okay, so that's all I had for you about Wolf Capital. Let me know what you think on the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.